Very good afternoon, everyone. So, once again, I am here in my YouTube channel taking a new topic under the inclusive education. Under the inclusive education, we have gone through so many topics. Today, I'll see one issues in inclusive education, that is monitoring, evaluation, and feedback mechanism of inclusive education. Here, in this topic, there is a three important segment, that is monitoring, evaluation, and feedback mechanism of inclusive education. As we know, the meaning of inclusive education and the definition of inclusive education earlier also, one of the important definition given by the Money is inclusive education means creating effective classroom where the educational need of all children are addressed irrespective of ability and disability. जैसा आप जानते हैं कि ये डेफिनेशन मैंने यहाँ पर इसलिए लिया क्योंकि ये बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट और ख़ास डेफिनेशन है जिसके तहत बताया गया कि इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन के तहत वी हैव टू क्रिएट एन इफेक्टिव क्लासरूम जहाँ पर उसके एजुकेशनल नीड की पूर्ति होती है irrespective of the ability or the disability. So, inclusive education is concerned with overcoming barrier to participation that may be experienced by any people. It is never ending process depending on continuous pedagogical and organizational development within the mainstream. So under this topic there is a three segment. One is monitoring, जिसको आप निरीक्षण करना कह सकते हैं, और इवैल्यूएशन मूल्यांकन, और फीडबैक. जब कोई भी कार्यक्रम लॉन्च होता है तो संभवतः ये तीनों कार्य करने की नितांत आवश्यक होती है, क्योंकि जब तक आप उसका मॉनिटरिंग एस्पेक्ट नहीं करेंगे, अगर कोई इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन एक लॉन्च हुआ तो हमारे यहाँ काफी दिनों से चल रहा है, तो कहाँ तक ये मॉनिटरिंग करने की इसलिए आवश्यकता पड़ी, निरीक्षण करने की इसलिए आवश्यकता पड़ी कि क्या कमियां रह गई है, सो दैट उसको आगे सुधारा जा सके. सो मॉनिटरिंग इन द सेंस वन प्रोग्राम और पॉलिसीज आर intended to make school more inclusive, it is important to monitor their progress. So what are the specific action being taken to address the barrier children are facing to such success? So these are they consistent with the program or policy? These are the major issues we have to see. Are they consistent with the program or policy? What are the input being used and how much is being spent on them? Are stakeholders living up to the commitment they made in a timely fashion? Tracing these activities is important for two reasons. ये सारे को ट्रेस करने का इसलिए आवश्यकता पड़ जाती है कि मॉनिटरिंग होल्ड्स एक्टर अकाउंटेबल एंड इनकरेजेस एक्शंस. सो इस चीज के लिए आपको मॉनिटरिंग करने की आवश्यकता पड़ जाती है. तो सेकंड इसमें आता है कि आइडेंटिफाइंग प्रॉब्लम विथ इम्प्लीमेंटेशन अर्ली अलाउज फॉर करेक्टिव एक्शन टू बी टेकन. फॉर दैट reason monitoring system should be reported on a regular basis. Monitoring system rely on administrative record. Here in the first step in the monitoring is measuring input, and implementation is to be have a clear idea of program goal. जहां पर आप देखेंगे कि monitoring information system should be built around those goal and require agency reporting on action and expenditure. If you'll take one example of if it is the goal was for a teacher to have access to resource center that can provide on ongoing support for inclusive education, then how many teacher have received in service training or inclusion। एक एग्जाम्पल यहाँ लिया जा रहा है कि एक गोल है कि सभी शिक्षक को ऑनगोइंग ट्रेनिंग प्रदान की जाए इंक्लूसिव के संदर्भ में। तो ये देखना जरूरी है कि कितने ऐसे शिक्षक हैं जो कि इन सर्विस ट्रेनिंग इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन के तहत लिए। ये एक एग्जाम्पल के तौर लिया जा रहा है। तो हियर द मॉनिटरिंग, व्हाट डज द मॉनिटरिंग मीन्स हियर। यहाँ पर इस एग्जाम्पल के तहत अगर देखा जाए तो मॉनिटरिंग का मतलब हुआ कि देखना होगा मुझे निम्नलिखित बिंदुओं को कि हाउ मेनी रिसोर्स सेंटर हैव बीन बिल्ट, व्हाट परसेंटेज ऑफ टीचर हैव रेगुलर एक्सेस टू सच सेंटर्स, व्हाट वेयर द इनपुट purchased and what were their cost, and at what rate are the fund being disbursed। यानी कि ये निम्नलिखित बिंदुओं को अगर आप और इस तरह सिलसिलेवार रूप से बना लेते हैं, यू कैन गो फॉर अ मॉनिटरिंग एंड यू कैन जज कि हाउ फार द ट्रेनिंग is given to the teacher in the sense of inclusive education, it is fulfilled or not। It means monitoring is required। तो ट्रैकिंग पॉलिसी एक्शन इज स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड। सो देखा जा रहा है यहाँ पर कि मॉनिटरिंग की आवश्यकता पड़ जाती है। सो इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट दैट दीज डाटा बी कलेक्टेड इन ए सस्टेनेबल फैशन। देयरफॉर डाटा कलेक्शन शुड बी बिल्ड इनटू ऑनगोइंग एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव इंफॉर्मेशन सिस्टम। इन एजुकेशन दिस EMIS, this Educational Management Information System, which consists of a yearly school census, it is at the core of such system and so should be used as much as feasible to track their system of information for school and the children attending them। So monitoring की आवश्यकता क्यों पड़ती है, ये यहाँ पर मैंने समझाने की आवश्यकता पड़ी कि जहां तक ये इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन के तहत जितनी योजनाओं को हमारे हिंदुस्तान में विद्यालय में जो लगाया गया है, ये कहां तक सक्सेस है, धरातल पे कहां तक है, उसको आपको जांच करने की आवश्यकता है। एंड द गवर्नमेंट शुड टेक द एक्शन रिगार्डिंग दैट एंड दे शुड प्लान हाउ फॉर दैट program and policies is implemented in the sense of inclusive education in the school. It should be monitored first, and then the second important aspect that evaluation is came out। Then evaluation means what here? क्या मूल्यांकन, यानी कि सिर्फ मॉनिटर करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है, एक इवैल्यूएशन करने की भी आवश्यकता है। तो once policies are developed and implemented, the next task is to evaluate whether they achieve their goal। It is on one thing to say that government has spent its committed amount on designing and delivering in-service teacher training. It is another to show that such training is reducing dropout rates or improving learning outcomes। So divided this type of evaluation into two levels. Here monitoring result for equity system, and it is divided into two parts, that is short term monitoring of outcomes and long term validation of the result। The two type of evaluation is there, one is short term and another is long term। So regular release of data, that is a yearly or 6 month, can demonstrate whether bottleneck and barrier to school enrollment are being removed। Such monitoring will often rely on a regular collected administrative data, especially for system-wide reform, and a smaller program and project. Other type of data may be collected as well, nationality representative or a large scale data collection that is not part of ongoing administrative activity can be costly and difficult to collect। So here there is a long term and short term we have to plan, and then accordingly we have to evaluate the system, how far this inclusive education is effective। So if you will see the effect of a program of a policy, a baseline is required, that is you need both before and after picture। आपको दोनों तरह के पिक्चर को देखना पड़ेगा अगर मूल्यांकन करना चाहते हैं, दैट इज द बिफोर पहले एंड आफ्टर बोथ पिक्चर। अगर ये आप देखते हैं तो if the planned indicator rely on data that have not been collected, it is important to develop that data first. It will also mean evaluating the quality of existing data. So if you'll take one example, if one goal is to increase the enrollment of children with disability, then even if data on children with disability are already being collected, it is important to evaluate whether these data are of good quality. It means if the data is your baseline are of a poor quality, they will be of little use. And if you change the way data are collected between establishing and baseline or measure the impact, then the baseline is not usable. Consequently, a set of indicator, data definition and data collection methodology must be in a place before action are taken if they are to be properly evaluated. So here the evaluation is required, and we have to go for both type of data in a evaluation, that is a qualitative and a quantitative data for a evaluation. If we'll say the qualitative data, it means attitude, value, norms on education, parents and children satisfaction with the education, quality of communication between parents and teacher. And if you'll see the quantitative data, number of out of the school children, percentage of a teacher receiving in-service training or inclusion each year, percent of a school with accessible toilets. These are the example I am providing you. What is the meaning of qualitative and quantitative data? In such form of qualitative and quantitative data, it is required to collect in the sense of inclusive education. So basically the quantitative data we are collecting, and good monitoring and evaluation design during project preparation is a much broader exercise than just the development of indicator. So good design have the 5 components: clear statement of measurable objective for the project and its component, for which indicator can be defined, a structure setup of indicator covering output of goods and services generated by the project and their impact of beneficiaries, provision for collecting data and managing project record so that the data required for the indicator are compatible with existing statistics and are available at the reasonable cost, institutional arrangement for gathering, analyzing and reporting project data and are of investing in capacity building to sustain the M&E service, proposal for the way in which M&E finding will feed back into a decision making. Here I am trying to say that there is a great importance after the monitoring. Evaluation is required, and it is not ended just after the evaluation. There is a third part, that is a feedback is required. यहाँ तक feedback की बात है, तो किसी भी कार्यक्रम को धरातल पे लाने के लिए अगर जब तक आप मूल्यांकन के बाद फीडबैक मैकेनिज्म नहीं लेंगे, जिसको कि प्रतिपुष्टि कहते हैं, तब तक ये आपका कंप्लीट नहीं होगा. सो फॉर दैट इट मीन्स those teachers, those who have taken the training, suppose I have given one example, and after receiving the training, they have to give a feedback. What type of things should be rectified in a further training? This one example I have given earlier. अगर टीचर फीडबैक देते हैं तो आने वाले इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन के तहत अगर शिक्षक ट्रेनिंग ले रहे हैं तो और क्या सुधार करने की आवश्यकता है वो वहां से पता चलेगा. सो एनी प्रोग्राम विच यू आर गोइंग टू कंडक्ट such like inclusive education is conducted in our launches in our India, and still we are not completing or fulfilling that percentage which should be completed till yet. So feedback is required. So feedback में अगर आप देखें तो creating an understanding of the value of the perceptual data you have to see. Then whatever data you have collected, you have to understand the value. Then learning to work with perceptual data. Whatever data you have collected, you have to learn that. You have to go in deep and you have to understand what the data says. Then ensuring feedback system and are sensitive to power relationship. Whatever the feedback typically touches or sensitive organizational or social matter, power relationship become a significant factor. So thus care should be taken to protect or ensure anonymity and respondent without undermining utility. So ensuring feedback system are sensitive to power relationship. So making the feedback mechanism sustainable. So how can one determine whether feedback is relevant for a given purpose? किसी को लगता है कि जो मैंने feedback दिया क्या वो सचमुच is relevant for a given purpose? So in order to improve the feedback, it is important to identify the purpose of collecting the desired information. When reflecting on the purpose of feedback is to helpful to ask the following question. That is, will the feedback be used for accountability or learning purpose? Is the feedback to be used for improving existing product, services or program? Is the feedback intended to provide input into a radically new or different product, services or program? So the answer to these three questions will be helpful when moving forward in specifying which data sources and what feedback mechanism are most appropriate for a given feedback system. So if the feedback is to be used for performing monitoring and accountability, then it will be important that the mechanism is fully understood by those who provide feedback and that there are adequate incentive to provide unbiased or timely information. So these three important are essential. If you will see, I am providing here some suggestion also to help you to successfully advocate for the inclusive education. Some suggestion I am providing. If you to ensure your child receive a successful inclusive education, it is important to know the definition of inclusive education first. And then we have to find out the federal law that an individual with Disability Education Act has mandated to support the education of a student with disability. So get familiar with the research that support inclusive education. Inclusive education has been proven to be beneficial to the social, academic, physical, emotional growth for both students with or without disability. So reach out to a national organization who support the inclusion of people with disability in all areas of life, including schools. So here are a few inclusive education resources on hand to share with school staff. These resources can be a handout, books, videos, photos, which can easily found online or in a bookstore. So we have to look for resource in your community. Many community have organizations that offer training and support for inclusion. Tapping into outside agencies can provide extra material and expertise. There are various suggestions which are provided how we are going to helpful to a inclusive education. Lastly, I want to point it out here, there are effective strategy also for inclusive classroom. There is a get to know your student. First of all, you understand your student, know your student, then implement universal design for learning. This is called UDL. Then you provide support important life skill. Then engage in collaborative planning and teaching. And then lastly, you develop a strong behavior management system. If you go from it this way, certainly effective strategy will be there for a inclusive classroom. And finally, there are some specific behavior management strategy that support effective instruction are positive daily schedule, displaying classroom rules and expectation, encouraging peer-to-peer instructional leadership, using signal to quit down, start working and putting away material, giving students folder, label and container to organize supplies, checking in with students while they work, utilizing proactive rather than the reactive intervention as needed, speaking to student privately about any concern, employing a specific target positive reinforcement when a student meet a behavioral or academic goal. So from this way we can understand the monitoring, evaluation and feedback mechanism for inclusive education. Hope you will understand this part and you are trying to understand why it is needed. There is a burning issue. So thank you to being with me and listening patiently. I hope so you understand this part. Thank you once again to all of you.